Okay, so we're going to wrap up this lecture with just a brief consideration of some other factors that influence learning. One that I really like to focus on is because it's received a lot of attention in the psychology literature, but I just think it's a really important thing to consider for students and as you're teaching other people, and this is our beliefs about learning. And so I want you to read each of these statements and think about which one you agree with. So A is your intelligence is something about you that you cannot change very much. B is you can always greatly change how intelligent you are. So which one of those do you relate to or do you identify with more? And so there's been a lot of research in psychology about fixed mindsets versus growth mindsets. And so in particular, these beliefs about intelligence or learning. So fixed mindsets are that our attributes are fixed. And so this would be consistent with the A statement that our intelligence is something about you that you cannot change very much. And other kinds of fixed mindsets could be we have a fixed personality or fixed, intelligence, things like that. And so, the thing about this belief is if that is something that you believe, you tend to be kind of performance oriented. So thinking about what grades you get, what outcome you get on certain measures, because you assume that those outcomes are indicative of your level of intelligence and that that's fixed. However, the other one is a growth mindset. And so this is B, that you can always greatly change how intelligent you are. So growth mindsets are these beliefs that our attributes can be altered through effort. And this could be intelligence or personality or other kinds of aspects of ourselves. And so growth mindsets can be really positive because instead of being oriented towards performance, people with these growth mindsets are instead oriented toward their effort. And so they just try really hard and work really hard. And if they fail at something, it doesn't indicate that they're stupid and that they are unintelligent. It just means that they can maybe try through their effort and that they can get better and improve their performance. And so if you aren't sure what you believe, I encourage you to try to adopt a growth mindset because research shows that people can indeed change their performance and their levels of intelligence through effort. And so, people can change, and so try to adopt this growth mindset. So Carol Dweck is the psychologist who really studies these fixed versus growth mindsets, in particular regarding intelligence. And one thing she's found is that the mindset you have about your own intelligence can change your reaction to setbacks. So if you have a fixed mindset and you fail or have some kind of a setback, usually that's really discouraging because the person thinks it's sort of indicative of their level of intelligence. But if you have a growth mindset, a failure is just one possible outcome, but you can change that through your own effort and getting up and trying again. And so one thing to do, you can foster growth mindsets in children. And so when someone does a good job, there's two kinds of ways that you can reinforce that. You could say like, good job, you're really smart. And that's going to reinforce this fixed mindset of intelligence that they did a good job because they're smart. But if you say like, good job, you worked really hard, that's going to reinforce this growth mindset because it reinforces this idea that they did well because they tried hard and they worked hard. And so if you sort of focus on a person's effort, so you reinforce their effort rather than their performance, that will foster a growth mindset. And so I just wanted to end on this note as kind of an uplifting or optimistic viewpoint that our intelligence and what we know and learn we can grow and change. And so focusing on our efforts is the important piece rather than focusing on our own abilities because our abilities can change. Okay, and that's the end of today's lecture. And so good luck with the mini quiz and the rest of the class.